Hi, my name's Molly, and this is my friend Max. We're here today to let you know about some important information. As kids, we have lots of different adults in our lives. Some of them are family, and some of them are like family to us. Some of them we live with, and some of them we just visit. Some of them have jobs that make them responsible for us in some way. They might be our teacher, or our coach, or our priest, or our caseworker. Whoever they are, if they're an adult and have a job where they're paid or volunteer to look after us, they need to keep us safe. That's their responsibility. And there are even laws that those adults and their workplaces have to follow to help keep the kids in their care safe. Sounds serious, doesn't it? Well, it is serious. Kids should be safe when they go to school, or to church, or to their sport activity, or are living away from home. Kids should always be safe. So if an adult wants to work with children, there are things they have to do. Rules they have to follow. This also means that there are things they cannot do, and it's important we know what they are. So that's why we're here, to let you know what it means to be safe with adults who work with children, and to tell you the things that are not okay. And the good news is, there's an organisation called the Office of the Children's Guardian. But they just call themselves the OCG. And their whole job is about making sure organisations and adults are doing the right thing in keeping kids safe. So we want to tell you about an important part of what they do, especially when adults who work with children are not doing the right thing, because this can sometimes happen. Now, because some of this can sound a bit tricky if we're not careful, I've asked my older sister Jane to come and help us because she's really good at explaining stuff. Jane, we're ready for you!
Hi, guys.
Hi, Jane. Jane, we were telling our new friends that the adults who work with kids need to keep them safe and follow certain rules. Can you explain that to us a bit more?
Sure, Max.
Just like kids have boundaries and rules to follow at school and at home, adults have boundaries and rules to follow at work and in life too. These boundaries and rules are there to keep kids and others safe. At work, instead of the rules being put on a whiteboard or stuck on a fridge, the adults' rules are written in a document called a Code of Conduct. This tells adults what is expected of them, what behaviour is safe and okay, and what behaviour is unsafe and not okay. So, do they get a timeout if they break the rules?
Well, that depends. It depends what kind of rules they've broken.
Today, we're going to talk about something called reportable conduct. This is something that adults who work with children should absolutely not do. There are different types of reportable conduct, but none of it is okay because all reportable conduct hurts children. But what actually is reportable conduct? Well, conduct is really another word for behaviour. And reportable conduct means behaviours by those adults that work with children that are wrong and need to be reported so they stop happening. Well, I did know that conduct had something to do with behaviour because I once heard some Year 6 kids getting in trouble and their teacher said, "This is not the kind of conduct we expect from students at this school." So I figured they'd done something wrong. Exactly. And just like kids can do the wrong thing in lots of different ways, there are different types of reportable conduct, and they have some big words that might not mean a lot to you. Yeah, that list doesn't really help me.
I didn't think it would.
So let me explain some examples to you. It's not okay for your teacher to get angry and slap or punch you, even if you've done something you're not supposed to. That's called assault. It's not okay for your teacher to touch you on or under your underwear, or to ask you to do that to them. That's called a sexual offence. We know the undies rule. Yeah, your private parts are private, and no one should ask to look, touch, or feel the private parts of your body. And because my body belongs to me, it's always okay to say no and talk about a secret that makes me feel upset or sad.
That's great! I'm so impressed you remember the undies rule so well. How about some more reportable conduct examples? It's not okay for a foster carer to treat a child differently to everyone else in the home and to make fun of them and call them names. That's called ill treatment.
And it's just mean.
That's right, and it's not okay for people who work with children or volunteer to look after children to be mean to them. It's also not okay for, say, an USH worker to ignore a child who gets seriously hurt and not get them the medical care they need. That's called neglect. It's not okay for a caseworker to tell you that they wish you were older so they could be your boyfriend or girlfriend. That's called sexual misconduct.
Ugh, gross!
These are just some examples of reportable conduct. The types of things that adults who work with children in a lot of organisations are definitely not allowed to do.
Thanks, Jane. That really helped me to understand it much better. But what happens if an adult does do these things, even if they're not allowed to?
That's a really great question, Molly. It's really important that if an adult is doing any of these things to you or someone you know, you tell a safe adult about it straight away. It might feel a bit scary to do that, especially if the person who is doing those things to you has told you that you'll get in trouble. But that's not true. You won't get in trouble.
Even if you accepted something from the adult that your parents or carers said you couldn't have? Or even if you kept a secret? Or did what the adults told you to do?
Yes, even if you did those things, you won't get in trouble. Sometimes when adults do something wrong to kids, they tell the kids they'll get in trouble because of something they've done or because they've kept a secret. They tell the kids these things to scare them because the adult doesn't want to get caught doing the wrong thing.
That's so wrong!
Yes, it is.
But what does happen when we do tell?
There are different people and organisations whose job it is to keep kids safe. You might have heard of some of them. The Department of Communities and Justice, the police, the OCG, and the organisations who work with children. Some of those people will ask questions about what has been happening. They'll talk to the kids who have told a safe adult about what has happened to them or their friend.
But you said the kids don't get in trouble. So why do these people all want to talk to them? It sounds a bit scary to me.
Well, it can feel a bit scary if you're unsure about what's happening, but they're not talking to the kids because they're in trouble. They talk to them to make sure they understand what happened to them, and so they can help stop it from happening again. They just want kids to be safe, and sometimes they need to make a plan to keep kids safe. And if we talk about these things now, you'll know what might happen if you're ever in this situation, so it can be less scary.
That makes sense.
They might talk to other people who were there when those things happened, and they'll ask them about what they saw. They'll also talk to the adult involved. All of this talking is called an investigation.
So what do I have to do if they talk to me?
All you need to do is tell the truth. Just tell them what happened to you or what you know about what happened to your friend. It's okay to say you don't know something if you don't know. It's okay to talk about things that might feel uncomfortable or you might think are rude. It's okay to talk about secrets. It's even okay to talk about swear words that someone might have said to you. All you need to do is tell the truth.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I hope I never have to do any of that.
I hope that no adult hurts you or your friends, but it's important to know what to do if that does happen. And I know it can feel like a lot, but knowing this information helps you to be powerful. Because you know what to do. You know how to help yourself or help a friend. You know there are people to help keep you safe from adults who hurt you when they're supposed to be looking after you. So, what did you learn today?
Adults who work with kids or volunteer with kids have rules about what they can and can't do.
If those adults who work for certain organisations hurt kids, it's called reportable conduct because it has to be reported so it can stop happening or not happen to other kids.
Reportable conduct is never okay, and we should tell a safe adult if we or one of our friends is being hurt by an adult who works or volunteers with kids.
Or any adult. There are people whose job it is to help us be safe, and they will talk to us about what has happened to us.
Not to get us in trouble, but to keep us safe. All we have to do is tell the truth.
No matter what it is, nothing is too rude or too bad or too wrong to tell.
We don't have to keep secrets.
Right on. You guys totally get it.
Yeah! We hope you've learned something new too.
Yeah, now let's get some ice cream.